Lukas Reichel first popped up on Stan Bowman's radar when he was just a teenager, playing for the Berlin Polar Bears in the DEL, the top league in Germany. Now, while most 17-year-olds are still trying to crack junior teams, Reichel was holding his own against grown men. In 2020, he put up 12 goals and 24 points in 42 games. The following year, he wouldn't slow down. 10 goals, 27 points in 38 games, and another 5 points in 9 playoff games. That kind of consistency at his age had scouts convinced he was legit. Sure enough, the Blackhawks made their move, and by June 2021, Chicago signed him to his entry-level deal. He made the jump across the pond, landing in Rockford with the Ice Hogs, and wasted no time proving himself. In his first North American season, 2022, Reichel scored at a point-per-game pace, 21 goals, 57 points in 56 AHL games, plus 2 more goals in the playoffs. Chicago would give him short call-ups throughout the year, just a handful of games here and there, but enough to get him acclimated. And with that, the Hawks' patient plan for their top prospect was set in motion. In 2023, despite many fans wanting Reichel in the lineup from day one, the Blackhawks stuck to a slow, patient approach, and that patience looked like it was starting to pay off. Reichel once again thrived in Rockford. 20 goals, 51 points in 55 games, and when the Hawks called him up late in the year, he looked like he was ready for prime time. 7 goals, 15 points in 23 games. Suddenly it felt like the breakout was coming. But then came 2024, the season everyone thought would be his big launch. He opened the year as Chicago's second-line center, right behind new top prospect Connor Bedard. It sounded perfect on paper, until the extra responsibility at center weighed him down. The Hawks eventually shifted him back to the wing, but the damage was already done. His confidence slipped, his production dried up completely, and by the time he was scratched and sent back to Rockford, he had just 3 goals and 10 points in 50 NHL games. However, when he came back in March, there were glimpses of the old Reichel we saw in 2023. Speed, confidence, a bit more edge to his game. He finished with just 2 goals and 6 points in his final 15 games. Not spectacular, but enough to keep the door open. It was now prove it time. That summer, Chicago doubled down. In May of 2024, they re-signed him to a 2-year, $1.2 million contract. A classic prove-it deal. The message was clear. You've still got a chance, but it's time to show us. Now, here's where I believe the real problem started for Reichel. The role the Blackhawks had him in didn't exactly set him up for success. Then head coach Luke Richardson kept him buried in the bottom 6, demanding more defense and physicality. That wasn't Reichel's natural game. And even after Richardson was fired, Andres Sorensen stuck to the same approach. As a result, 2025 was another underwhelming year, mostly stuck on the 4th line or in the press box. He put up just 8 goals and 22 points in 70 games. He wasn't invisible, but he wasn't breaking through either. Now we roll into 2026, and once again there's still a chance. Chicago has a new head coach in Jeff Blashill. For Reichel, it's a clean slate. The question is, can Blashill push the right buttons? Can he strike the balance between letting Reichel use his finesse and skill while still developing the defensive side Chicago has been pushing for? Reichel knows what's at stake. This summer, for the first time in his career, he's worked with a skills coach to sharpen his game. He's approaching this training camp like it's do or die, because with so many young prospects breathing down his neck, it kind of is. On top of that, this week, trade rumors have been swirling. Multiple reports said Chicago has made it known Reichel is available, which means his future could play out in a lot of different ways. Maybe he gets traded, maybe he makes the opening day roster, maybe he even ends up on waivers. But here's the thing, he's still just 23. Former first-round picks with his speed and skill almost always get another chance. Whether that chance comes in Chicago or somewhere else is the million-dollar question. For now, the stats tell the story. In 169 NHL games, he's put up 20 goals, 34 assists, 54 points. Last season was his busiest yet. Solid, but not enough to secure his long-term spot. And that's where things stand. Nothing against Reichel. I'll always remember the glimmer of hope he brought us back in 2023. At the time, the franchise was saying goodbye to its 2 biggest faces. Lukas was the lone sign that better days might be ahead. Before we won the draft lottery and stacked up on a mountain of prospects, All we really had was Reichel, but now the Hawks just have too many high-end forwards developing and already surpassing him. The roster crunch is real, and unless something clicks soon, a trade feels inevitable. So boys, what do you think? Does Lukas Reichel finally figure it out under Jeff Blashill, or are we watching his last days as a Blackhawk? Drop your thoughts in the comments. As always, like and subscribe for more videos just like this, and I'll see you boys in the next one.